I'm doing a video to finally come term with something that I have been dealing with. Uh, you can only go so far to the point where you're so broken down to the point that you can't hold on to this thing no more, this burden no more. And I'm kind I'm kind of understanding what they mean by each man take up their own cross. And the simplest way for me to say this is I'm now coming around to the fact that I and can never ever physically achieve nothing, because I got this problem, and I'm now starting to deal with it because everybody have their own problem to deal with. So my thing is I'm going to deal with my problem because I'm no help to no one. Well, if I am, it's just going to be more weight on me, helping other put more weight on me. Then I'm wondering, why do I feel all this pressure? So I'm taking this thing off, and I'm going to deal with this head on. And I believe it's a big stone in my life that need to be dealt with. So I don't want to take long with this video. I'm just gonna come out and say it. Finally realizing that the problem that I have struggled with and that been hindering me is I run away. That is my problem. I've been wanting to know for a long time, why do I run away? And to be honest with you, I forgot why I was running. Why I was running away from a problem, why I was running away from an issue, something that I picked up along the way and just decided to throw on my back. And then realizing that, why am I moving slower? Why is things happening slower around me? Because I picked up something and just put it on my back and started moving, but I'm moving slower. Things not quickly progressing enough. And I realized that all the dreams that that I had from a long time ago, it, and I've been trying to cipher it all in my head. I've been straining it. I've been separating it. I've been to the point where I had it split down to the molecule. I had split all my dreams down into section and pattern, and I don't know why I started running. Why I started running away from the beginning. I don't even know when did I started running away. I felt like I have ran away so much that I have ran completely around the world. and forgot where I was, and I was at a place where I was at. And to be honest, it started to look familiar. I had came to this place, to this realization before, but instead I decided to dally around a bit and decided to bury it on top of the other stuff, and decided to get wrapped up in my work and in my craft, and to the point where that too started to weigh me down. And it's like, why is everything moving slow around me? Why can I not catch up? And because I have this problem where I'm running away. I run away. I don't know why, but I do. I I just run away from things. I run away from, is it conflict? No, it's not conflict, because I'm been shown that I'm not that type of person when I am surrounded with friends. I have friends and other people who told me that, yeah, I had a dream about you and you did this and you did that. And I had other people tell me other things about myself that I really couldn't feel in myself. But I run away. And I don't know how or why am I running away. It just came down to it that I've been running away for so long to the point I forgot why I was running away. And by me running away, I've been kind of out of order. I've been kind of out of line, you know. And when I'm out of line, everything else seems out of line. And that's not how a leader's supposed to be. And even when I've been tackled down and locked down into trying to deal with this conflict, the fact that I've been running away, this running away conflict, I guess I just kept running. I kept finding a way out. I kept trying to find a way out, and somehow I did. And I'm making this video to make people realize that I found my strength a long time ago, and my joy is my strength. My joy in God is my strength. My joy in the Lord is my strength. My joy around my family, my joy around my friends is my strength. And now I'm coming, I guess that's what it was. Coming in conflict, coming to fight with your own weakness. That is why I ran away. Was I scared? Thinking back on it, no. I wasn't scared. I was I was upset, and I was sad. And I didn't run at first. I just walked away. Felt like it was just beneath me. And I guess that the problem with us, we feel that our weakness is beneath us. We don't need to deal with it. We feel that our own weakness is something that it will hinder us. Not knowing that our weakness can be our greatest talent, can be the last piece of the puzzle in our life. Putting our weakness in place instead of leaving it out. And we wonder why the picture don't feel completed. And today I'm putting my weakness in place. I know the good and I know the bad. Because I have been dealing with this for a while, and I go to the Bible and the only thing that comes to my mind is Genesis. And when God separate light and the darkness, like God actually placed his hand on darkness, and he placed his hand on light. And then he didn't just leave darkness a void, he gave the darkness a name, and he didn't leave light alone and say, well, you're good by yourself. No, he gave light a name. He called it morning, call it day, night and day, night and day. And that's the same thing is what I'm trying to say is that I I have been dividing myself from my weakness, but at the same time been feeling even weaker without my weakness. Because it's that same weakness that I can take and turn it into my strength when needed. Because there are times in life where I can't see no way out. And I had learned how to adapt on being still, being quiet. That one of my things that I learned to adapt without resorting to my weakness. Because one of the strengths in my weakness is when there is absolutely no way out and I feel that my problem have conquered me and have caged me, like my weakness kicks in and like, no, you did not cage me. No, you did not. I am free. I'm gone. Boom. I'm out of here. But my weakness can hinder me because I can end up relying just on that to solve all my problems and not relying too much on my strength. So when God separate light and dark, I guess throughout these years with the divine spirit, I've been separating myself from joy and running away. Never ever giving them a name. Never ever putting them in place. Just keeping the two completely separated. Instead of having them living in the same universe. What do you mean by that? Well, when you look at the sun shines. The sun is a star, and that star shines on every planet that face it. And the the darkness that sometimes we are afraid to look at, we feel that it's a sin, you know. It needs to be separated. We need to be just pure, It's not that. that our weakness can be our strength. Can our weakness is basically the cornerstone. It's the stone in the corner that's been forgotten. And nobody don't want to deal with it because we don't know where it fit at in our world. The thing that make us weak because we found no use for our weakness. And I'm now coming to realization that when God separate light and darkness, being the divine God that He is, the divine entity that He is, that you have to place your hand on that dark part, that weak part. I have to place my hand on that running away. If not, that running away weakness is just gonna make me continue to run. And if I can't contain it, control it, master it, then it's going to master me. And no man can't serve two masters. He will either love one or hate the other. Having a weakness, showing sign of weakness doesn't mean doesn't mean that it done. And no, we don't get to choose our own weakness. You know, Superman didn't choose kryptonite to be his weakness. It's something that just a part of his DNA. You know, like he didn't choose that to be a part of his weakness. It just is. And we can't blame Superman for being weak around kryptonite. Like, you're supposed to be this and that and that and this and this and that, but dealing with our own weakness, putting our hand on it, letting the divine entity, letting the Holy Spirit lead us into how to do this will help create our world around us much better. Dealing with our weakness. And my weakness is I run away. All my dreams, every last one. I ran away from people who I love. But at the same time, God showed me also my strength, and He had never let that go. It's kind of like when people try to scare me with the quote, the dark side. Yeah, I got a dark side to me. Well, let me ask you this about your dark side. Let's look at your dark side in the natural. There is the dark side to everything. Let's look at the earth. Let's look at this world. Ask yourself, in the morning, in the light, the same light that you made yourself believe that you feel safe, it's light out, so I'm safe. And so through society, we made ourselves believe that when it's morning, we're safe. When in reality, we can all be seen a little better. We can't hide as well in the daytime because there's a lot of light out. So we just assume that, hey, everything okay. But soon as night falls, it's like, oh, night falling. We assume that we can get away with some things. We can do a little dirt over here. Or the night is bad. We gotta run and we gotta seek shelter. We gotta go home. That what we done to ourselves. And we program ourselves to believe in that when night fall, we have to seek shelter, and so forth and so forth. But let me tell you about this. Can you see the stars at night? I mean, in the day. Can you see can you see other universe and the neighboring planet around you during the day? No, you can't see your neighboring planets around you. You can't see the other stars. You can't see the rest of the universe in the day. But you can see them at night. You can see the stars at night. You can see your neighboring planet at night. And I'm doing this video to show you that when we read in Psalm that we don't fear no evil in the shadow valley of death. We don't fear that because we have a rod and a staff. In other words, we have control. We have control and we have guidance. And sometimes we don't want to get hit with our rod. We don't want to get hit with our weakness. We just want the staff to just tap us on our little leg, on our little leg, and just keep on going. But that rod, it's that rod that hurt. It's that rod that once when you get out of line, you get whacked. And either you're going to straighten up or you're going to get whacked again. And now it's the next phase. After you find out what your weakness is. And to realize that if you don't take control of your weakness, other people may end up following your step and not taking control of what make them weak. We are all a leader individually. Some way, somehow, we are all a leader. Everybody not looking at one person. And following them. Some people are looking at more than one person. And some people are looking at themselves. And even when you look at yourself, you're still comparing yourself to somebody else. Some way, somehow. Mentally or physically or spiritually. You will somehow end up comparing yourself to someone or something. Setting a standard for yourself, setting a goal for yourself, and if you feel like you have never accomplished it, you get lost and you get wrapped up, and next thing you know, you're out of place. Your weakness is out of place. So during this time, this break that I've been taking away, I'm weak enough to deal with my weakness. I am weak enough to deal with my weakness. Before I was strong enough to deal with my weakness, but now I'm weak to deal with it. And being strong to deal with weakness, get bored quick. Because your strength overcome your weakness. And that work on so many levels. Your strength overcome your weakness. It only overcomes it. It never dealt with it. In other words, you have to be weak yourself to deal with weakness. And that's what it is. I'm just weak now. I'm weak from running away. And I don't know why I started running. I wasn't scared. I looked to the left of me. I looked to the right of me. And in my dream, there were people along the Cedar River after the big old disaster. And nobody didn't want to walk out there on the water. With a strange man calling us. Nobody didn't want to walk out there in the water. Everybody say I couldn't understand them. I understood them. I walked. That was in my dream. I did. I walked on the water. Like, I understand you. I walked. What? To be able to deal with your weakness, you got to be weak yourself because it's your weakness. You're not going to understand it until you're able to put your hands on it. And that's what I felt when God separated light and darkness. God understands what goes on in the dark. But at the same time, it's the night sky that allows us to see farther and see other universe and other galaxy. Now that's so much in the day. When we look up, we don't really see all the stars at daytime. We don't see our neighboring planet in the daytime, because in daytime everybody got on this mask, this thing that we put on, this act that we put on. But it's only when during our darkest hours we're able to see ourselves. We're able to see what our neighboring planet are dealing with. We're able to see the conflict that our neighboring country are dealing with. We're able to see that when it's dark out. We're able to see the fire in the village. So what next? Do I go back to church? Nah, I don't know. I don't want to run away from dealing with my weakness now. I want the night to be the night. I want the night to have it turn. And sometime in our life, we don't want the star, we don't want our world to turn, but yet at the same time, we're looking for the next day. But we want to stay in the light. We want to stay where it's morning. We don't want to deal with night. But when at night, we get a chance to rest. Don't you know that? The same night, the same darkness that we are trained mentally to fear, instead we sleep. We go to a movie theater, it get dark, we get sleepy. Same thing in the classroom, let the teacher turn off the light. Who else taking a nap? Me? To understand when God said that He have His hands on it, when He's in control, He's in control. He's a superior divine entity. He is God. He is the creation of the universe. Giving light a name, giving darkness a name, giving light and night a name. Light and night, they pretty much spell the same. You can say that they're actually brothers. According to other different religion, I don't know, that's out there. But He gave them a name. He gave them a purpose. And I guess that's the next step, to realize the purpose of your weakness. Why it's there. And it's not there to make you weak. It's there to help turn your world. And your weakness is going to stay there. It's not going to follow you. It's going to stay there. It's going to stay there until you turn yourself, until you turn and face it. And it's going to show you things about yourself. Things that you couldn't see in the day. When people were telling you, like, this is what I saw in your world. What's that? And I saw this landmass in your world. And I saw this form of landmass in your world. And you've been living on one giant continent and in one little spot for a long time. And yeah, you know other little hills and little valleys and junk and so forth. But you never let your world turn and deal with the nightness and deal with darkness. You never let your world turn. So I guess that's the next step, to just sit back and let your world turn. Because your weakness will show. Your weakness will come. And the thing that makes you weak, it will actually be one of your strengths. It's actually the missing pieces. Actually the missing piece in the puzzle of your life. And I didn't mean to make this video 30 minutes. But I'm just saying that from here on out, I'm gonna be dealing with this weakness that I have, because I'm weak enough to deal with it. And inside, I do feel my strength rising, but I gotta take it down a notch. Like whenever weakness come, my strength want to grow, my strength want to roar. But I gotta stay weak to understand weakness. I gotta continue to put my hand on this. I gotta continue to observe this like a scientist and study this. Like those who look at the stars and the universe. I gotta continue with this weakness and understanding why I run away. And giving it a name. So from here on out, I'm dealing with my weakness. I'd like to thank everybody on the social media and on Facebook for understanding this. I don't know, I might upload this to YouTube, but it's something that needs to be heard. That when we deal with our weakness, it's not trying to extinguish our weakness or swallow our weakness or overcome our weakness. Sometimes you have to be weak yourself to understand your weakness. And that's what it came down to. It's like, I can't run away no more. Don't know why I'm running. And realizing everything that I picked up on the way, I thought it was going to help me out. I thought it was going to make me stronger. I thought it was going to organize me. But it made me a little disorganized, and it made people wonder and question about me. And I don't want that. So, dealing with weakness. David R. Pratt Jr., my weakness is I run away. Don't know why. I just do. But right now, as I'm thinking, as I'm pondering, as I'm putting it together, as I feel my weakness coming upon me, my strength, grow stronger. It start to roar. It don't dissipate. I feel like the two can work together in order to help my world grow a little stronger and the world around me to grow a little stronger. The gravity of life, as you can say, the gravity of life. You know, it affects everybody in your solar system, in your universe. So if I don't let my world turn, then it's gonna put stuff off balance. So we have to deal with a weakness. And sometimes dealing with certain weakness, you can't be the lion. You have to be weak. And maybe that's why we have different people in our family who are weaker than us, because our family as a whole, we only stand together. They're just things that a weaker person should be dealing with. Instead of you going to get a giant or a strong person, you just need that one who is weak enough to understand what weak is. It's a little, I don't know, still siphoning out, but when it's all said and done and complete, then yeah, it should have a name. All right, thanks.